In this corner, we got Filthy, fighting out of Front Royal, Virginia.
Bitch, I put that shit on. Baby say she love my drill. As soon as I hop out the wheel, yo bitch gon' disappear.
Welcome to the Filthy UFC Abu Dhabi full card breakdown. I wanted to go over the last card, the UFC Oklahoma card, and wanted to give you the results for the two winners we had. We had RJ Harris. He won by a first round KO. We also had Tommy McMillan, Fatima Klein. I thought she was going to finish that chick when she started body slamming her. Chase Hooper, he locked up the submission in the early first round. I was still kind of worried about it, but he pulled it off. Christian Leroy Duncan, and we had Dracus Duplessis. In our other one, we had Felipe Franco, Jose Delgado. That was a great fight. We had Tommy McMillan in this one as well, Fatima Klein, Chase Hooper, and Christian Leroy Duncan. What you really have to do is find the favorites that you can trust, and also, the dogs that you're willing to back based off of the situation. I wasn't always this good at betting. It took me a while to get a grasp on things, and I think once you start understanding the ways to bet, I think it could be a lot more successful for you. But I don't want to rant. Let's get into the full card breakdown. UFC Abu Dhabi. This one starts early, boys, so make sure you set an alarm, or if you're not one of those people, you just let your stuff ride. Maybe you'll wake up to a winner. This one is early. Looks like in the first card we have Cody Gibson taking on Abdul Hussein. I just don't see how you could put any money on Cody Gibson. I will say there is a little bit more data out on Cody Gibson, but that's besides the fact. He's a plus 350 underdog in this one. Abdul Hussein, he's a pretty good striker. He's really quick. I think he's going to have the speed advantage. He's also pretty slick on defense. Give me Abdul Hussein to win this one. Even as a minus 400, I still like him. And the next one looks like you have Mike Davis taking on Narulio Aliyev. I think this is a tough one to call. I think both guys are pretty good. Mike Davis is the more proven fighter. Both of these guys, they have issues with not fighting for a while. It's been a while. They both have a decent layoff. But I'm going to side with Mike Davis on this one to get this one done. And I think his experience is going to play a factor. And I like what I've seen on the film from his takedown defense. And I think if he can keep it standing, I think he can win this one by decision. Then you have Magomed Tachulov taking on Brinson Ribeiro. This is kind of tough because Tachulov, there's not a whole lot out there on him. It looked like he was a kickboxer of some sort. I definitely would have to side with him. He is a huge favorite, so it's not going to really make sense to take him unless you take him by KO. And that's going to be my official call for this one. I think Tuchulov will be able to get him out of there by either a head kick or a knee, a strike. Definitely a strike. I see it ending by KO. And then in the next one, it looks like you have Bonfim taking on Excel Sola. And this one, it's you either like Bonfim to win early, or you trust Excel Sola to kind of get through the madness in the first round, because Bonfim, he does usually come out hot. But Bonfim has also shown that he's a quitter. There's many fights where you can pretty much just say that he pretty much gave up in the fight. And I don't like that. I don't like putting money on people where I feel like they could get hit hard or get hurt and just quit. So for that reason, I'm going to say give me Sola. Then you have Sam Patterson taking on Ponzinibbio. Ponzinibbio has been very chinny in his last recent fights. Me personally, I think it happens again here. I think he gets KO'd by Patterson probably in the first or second round. I don't see this one going far. Maybe in under rounds, depending on what you can get it at. I really like Sam Patterson in this one. I think the odds are correct with him at a minus 400. And the next one, it looks like you got Dustin Jacoby taking on Muhammad Saeed. Dustin Jacoby is probably the more trusted fighter, where, you know, Saeed, he is young and still has a lot to prove. If you look at a lot of his fights, they weren't really against anyone notable. I do think he can be decent. I just think this is a tough fight. I would have to side with Dustin Jacoby to get this one done. The odds are pretty close, so be careful on this one. Then you have Walter Walker taking on Thomas Peterson. Everybody knows who Walter Walker is because he's Johnny Walker's little brother. I feel like, you know, he gets a little bit more fan favoritism because of that. Thomas Peterson, I'm not going to lie, I don't know a whole lot about the guy. He's decent sized. He has a wrestling background, which may help him stop what Walker likes to do with the submissions. I'm still going to have to side with Walter Walker in this one. I think he will be able to find that heel hook that he loves.
Here. Get his hips forward.
Oh, he slipped off when he went for it.
He's looking
Then he taps!
And in the next one, it looks like you got Bagayev taking on Izgakimov, or however you pronounce that. I apologize. And this one, both guys are really good. I kind of like what I see from both of them. I think the odds might be a little bit off. I'm saying plus 200 for Sagid. and minus 245 for Bagayev. I would have to lean Bagayev's way. I just feel like he's a little more proven. I look at some of the opponents of Sagid's, and I've never heard of some of the people. I don't know if it's what they do over there in Russia, where they kind of patch your record to build you up. I know they do that in all sports, but I'm gonna have to go with Bagayev, and I think it's a high level decision. And the next one, you have Kuniev taking on Fortune. I think both guys are decent. Kuniev is the more proven guy. He's fought people like Curtis Blades, and you could argue that he should have won the fight. Where Tyrell Fortune, he's kind of fought a lot of garbage cans. Yeah, he's had some impressive knockouts. I also see this one playing out more on the feet, and I would have to favor Kuniev. I know Fortune, he has a lot of power, which, that could change the fight, but I trust the guy who's a little more proven. Give me Kuniev. And then in the next one, you have Magomed Zanakayev taking on Razbeki. I really like Zanakayev. Well, at least what I've seen from him whenever I look at the film. Razbeki, I'd say the same thing. I think he's undefeated as well. I think there's a reason that Zanakayev is a minus 310 favorite. He does train with Islam. He's a Russian fighter. I definitely have to side with him in this one. And the next one, you have Islam Dulatov taking on Wellington Thurman. And this one, it's almost unbettable unless you take Dulatov for a KO. And I think that's what happens in this one. Give me Dulatov by KO. Wellington Thurman, he's shown that he can be hurt over and over, and I think it happens again. Then you have the co-main event, Steve Erceg taking on Ramazan Tamirov. I'm kind of shocked to see that Tamirov is the underdog in this one. It doesn't really make sense to me. Steve Erceg, he's not very athletic. He does use his range pretty well because he's a taller guy for his weight. Decent grappling. I think that would be his path to victory, is if he was able to somehow get Tamirov on the ground where he can steal some rounds there. Give me the better athlete and the more explosive guy. I'm going to pick Tamirov to win this one. And I do think he has a chance at KOing Steve Erceg. Then you have the main event, Magomed Ankalaev taking on Bogdan Guskov. This one, I don't think is going to be close. I definitely have to side with Ankalaev. It kind of makes me nervous that, everybody is going to be betting him. Guskov, he has shown that he has a lot of power. I don't really trust his grappling or takedown defense. especially not against Magomed Ankalaev. It's also the number 1 ranked guy, the number 1 contender taking on the number 9. You normally don't usually see those kind of matchups. In this one, boys, give me Magomed Ankalaev by finish. And I don't think it goes past 3 rounds. So if you're looking at the round props or anything like that, I think it goes further than what people expect. But I don't know how far. I think Ankalaev kills him, honestly. That about wraps up the card, folks. I really appreciate everybody for, following me and liking and subscribing. If you could do me a favor and please follow this guy that's in my Discord. If you like other bets than MMA, he's your guy to go to. His name's Trap. That's what he goes by, and I'm going to put him here on the screen. Thank you, folks, for listening, and if you're a newcomer, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it.
Bitch, I put that shit on. Baby say she love my drill. Soon as I hop out the wheel,